Good afternoon, Wednesday afternoon here in Cowes Yacht Haven, and you can see the boats all back after a day's racing here, the second day of Inshores. Unfortunately, only one race. It got very light during the day, so one race in, and the second one, Stuart Childerley, the PRO, held on for as long as he could, but they abandoned that. It's a bit like that, this weather pattern at the moment. In that first race in AC1, Jolt 3 got a win, so she's right behind us, and Stacey's going to come and chat to us shortly when she's finished with. Okay, we'll have a chat with Stacy Jackson on in a moment. She's just doing moving sails around. Beau Jess was second, and Zen, another good one, third in that. In AC2, in that first race today, Nola. Tarbert Henriksen's beautiful little boat, Beau Ideal and Amplify in that order. Not such a good one, I think, for provisionally at least for Back to Black with the 12th there. We'll go and find out a little bit more about that. So what can we tell you? Very light winds indeed, northwests, northeasts, bits of rain again, just super patchy. We'll probably hear more from the various players. It sort of matters. They're going to need to put in 3 races tomorrow to get up to the planned 6 all up, which is ideal. So the discards on this: no discards on Channel Race, no discard on Fastnet, and they've got to have 4 races in order for anybody to have a discard. So assuming we get at least 1 in tomorrow, some guys can choose which one they drop. Hopefully we get 2 in, and then that makes it a little bit more even Stevens. General rule has been that they just try and run windward lewards and round cans. And that really brings me to what I think people are really enjoying about this new revived Admiral's Cup, is that it's just a great deal simpler. It's been designed really to attract, obviously, as many boats as possible. And there's a number of things they've done to achieve that. I think the first thing is that they've just kept it to a 2-boat team. But also they've made it club-based, so it's not nationality-based. So any recognised club that running IRC and ORC can enter. 2-boat team. They've also dropped nationality stuff. It's actually quite confusing working out who's on which boats and from which country, but essentially it is about the clubs. They don't have to have trials. Years ago, people used to build boats for these things, have trials, and then they built that boat and they wouldn't even get into the racing, into the selection, so that was pretty tricky. And then, as I mentioned, really the mixture of racing types. So we have obviously the Channel Race and the Fastnet, 2 really good offshore races. Channel Race was a really good mixture of conditions as well, so it was pretty fair for everybody, as Gavin Brady said the other day. And then the windward lewards and the round cans in the Inshore. The windward lewards, that's kind of classic racing, and that's great, but many of the boats actually do really well in reaching conditions and so forth. So the round the cans gives everybody an opportunity to match up on that, both in AC1 and AC2. And I have to say, the round the cans yesterday was absolutely fantastic. We were chasing them down, and 2 of the fleets crossed each other going downwind. It looked fantastic for photographers, an absolute dream. What else can I tell you? I think I might have mentioned a little earlier about the Quadrans Compass. We went to have a chat with Craig Cosser at the Brooks and Gatehouse B&G support here, find out a little bit more about that, which Andy Green had mentioned. So they're actually gyro compasses. They're fibre optic operated, so and according to Matt Sheehan from Planet Sail, who I had a quick chat with earlier, the TP52s run them as well. Super accurate. They don't need to be swung, so not magnetic in that regard. And they're used in military, so I think it's Exsail from France actually build them. They are apparently pretty power hungry as well. I've got a little RS Aero. I badly need a compass, but I don't think I'll be getting one of these babies because they're £46,000 each. Super expensive, so unsurprisingly it's the top end that are getting these in. We're just going to wait for Stacey, but we might just do a little bit of a walk and see what's around and then come back. As you can see, sort of mixture of sun and cloud again, so interesting conditions. So as you will have heard, the Jolt 3 had a very good race today, and Jolt 6. So Jolt 3 won that one race today. Jolt 6 got a 6, so that would. Sorry, I've got a 5th, so that would be putting the Yacht Club de Monaco in a very good place for them. Here's the very sad sight of Red Bandit being packed up to go back. All her sails are all packed up in the floor area behind us. That's always a sad sight. So They're looking a little bit footloose at the moment as to what to do with themselves here. So final, there's Jim Turner on the back there. Might even, he's busy. Is he looking after somebody? G'day, Jim. Academy Media going live here. How was your day?
It was good. Yeah, it was a bit messy today. It was a bit hard with the weather, but I think it did well to get one race away, which was good.
Good. Yeah. And you actually had a reasonable race, didn't you?
Yeah, we seem to be. Doesn't seem no matter what we do, we seem to come around the same position. So we tried being over at the start today and coming back to see if it made make a difference, but it's still got the same result. So maybe that's the thing. Yeah, but it's good. It's very close. I think every race we've done, we've been within 10 or 15 seconds of a two-place jump. So we just need to be on the right side of those a couple of times. And but our teammates today had a top 3, so overall we're going pretry well. So it's good. Yeah,
great. Thanks, Jim. Good luck. Okay, so that's Jim Turner off final, the old Warrior 1. And then we've got the French together, Albator here, and Eric de Turckheim's teasing machine. Be interesting to see whether we see teasing machine down for the Hobart this year. This is Tom going past. How was your day today, Tom?
Oh, yeah, it was all right. Similar to yesterday, I think.
Yes, I know. It was a bit patchy. Must be frustrating hanging around for all that breeze.
Oh, no, yeah, it was all right. I mean, I think the race committee did a good job abandoning the race when it had a full glass out and then tried again, but the breeze was kind of all over the shop at the end. So I think we'll try for 3 races tomorrow. And
cool. All right, leave you to it. Thanks, Tom. Just might as well swing down to the end here. See the Bojest guys. I think I saw Wade up the top there. We're constantly catching Gavin Brady. We spoke to Tom, so that was good. And these 2 boats here are... I should come back to Dale. So these 2 boats have had a lot of work done. We spoke to Wade Morgan early in the week, and Bojest here, which many will know as the TP52, had to have months worth of really robust work to get her ready for fastnet type racing. The TP52 is not generally sorted for that, but the one next door, the Bow Ideal, is brand new. I think on the water in May. I think Tom Fountain was saying, who's been here for months getting it ready, and she's going pretty well. In fact, the team's going very well indeed. In the top 3 as it stands. In the background, the Wally rocket. I think I overheard somebody saying that she's something like 800 kilos lighter she's nearly a ton lighter than most of her peers. She's got water ballast in both sides, I think 800 kilos or something like that. So that really works well, but boy, if it's really cooking and the weather's tough, I can imagine that might test her a little bit. It's always the balance in the Admiral's Cup, of course, is to where you get the balance right, and then a good deal of luck as to what the conditions are when they come on. So that's Amplify, you can see in the corner there, and then over the other way, the sort of sister ship to Inno Noir, Ran is Inno Noir, with those sort of chamfered top sides, which when we spoke to Bauer Becking was saying, probably as much for just reducing the size of the hull and also a little bit of windage and maybe even water deflection and other things as well. They were looking good in the good upscaled breeze yesterday. Here comes Tom. Okay, we're just going to poke this under you, Tom. Keep walking. How are you going?
Oh, I'm all right, mate. Chipping away. How are you?
How'd you go today?
We had a good day. 2 seconds, I think, so we're back in the lead.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good.
Yeah.
And pretty tricky conditions too.
I think so. A lot of floating around by the end of it. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right, leave you to it. Thanks, Tom.
Cheers, mate.
Catch you later. Okay, that was Tom Fountain, who's been over here doing all of the hard work. Let's see if we can go back and get Tracy now, Stacy, for a quick interview. Tides are everything here, and you can see that there's quite a substantial tide here, so we're right down below the sort of top of the wall here on our right, which is really nice, that wall, because that's completely public, so everybody can go there, and I think that's our good friend Matt Sheehan up there doing his little piece to camera. Righto, let's see how we go. Yeah. Lovely to see kids with family around. Lots of them around here, so that's been really good. Now, where have we got to? We see Stacy in the back of the boat. We can. Perfect. So Dale's following me around. Let's see if we can... No, I can't see Stacy. Thought I did. Excuse me, guys. Is Stacy around or not? She went up with the sails, but I don't know where she went. Oh, is she? Yep. Thank you. Okay. So you can see, Stacy. Are you good? All right, we might get you to come down and just have a chat. Sorry, didn't catch up with you the other day, but I thought today we're determined to actually have a chat with you.
Yeah.
So, tell us about today. That was a tricky day.
Yeah, it was a tricky day, but a good day, another good day for us. We got a first on IRC in AC1. So, you know, I wouldn't want to have been the person making decisions on which way we're going. It was certainly tricky. You know, and it's a different level of intensity when it's light airs compared to windy. But I think everyone sailed really well on board and the results worked out for us.
How do you go? Sort of mixed nationality team, yeah?
Yeah, we've got quite the mix on board. So obviously some Australians, Kiwis, Americans, English, and a lot of Italians on board. So sometimes there's some conversations I'm not following, but mostly it's a great crew to be involved with, and I'm really happy to be here.
You've done a lot of racing in all sorts of types of boats. How do you rate this one?
Yeah, well, I love the 52s. You know, we've done a fair bit at home now with them, and this one's fully tricked. And you know, they've really gone to every extreme level to make sure that we've got the best weapon for the job here.
I was talking to Andy Green about those difficult shifts, and he said, yeah, look, if you're at the top end here, you can probably afford to get a quadrans compass. And I said, I have no idea what that is. So I went to the Brooks and Gatehouse guys, and they told me a bit about it. So that's a pretty useful piece of kit, yeah?
Yeah, look, Andy says a lot of things I don't know what he's talking about, and this included.
Okay, well, suffice to say it has an extraordinary level of accuracy. You don't have to swing it or anything else because it's not magnetic. So, but that is the point, I suppose, particularly with these Super Series boats that get, you know, robusted for the big races, is they are really, really set up for this sort of racing, yeah?
Yeah, look, and I think we're obviously very competitive inshore, and, you know, we held our own in the Channel race, the race one. You know, and it's all going to come down to the Fastnet race, which, you know, if it's a wet and wild one, you know, we're going to be getting along quickly, but the 52s are not built for the ocean. So we're doing all we can to make our boat the best it can be offshore, and then, you know, and the crew will just do what they can around it.
Cool. And then finally, Hobart this year?
Yeah, you know, can't miss it. Lining up for number 18 this year.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I will be with Wild Oats 100.
Oh, right, okay, news breaks, that's good, that should be interesting. Good, well, we'll see you there, and enjoy the rest of the racing. We'll probably catch up with you before we're finished.